Hi guys, and welcome back to the Tried It podcast, where we'll be discussing all things from millennial struggles to relationships and love and everything else in between. I'm Kedeisha.
I'm Jade.
And I'm Maya.
Woo! Happy Thursday. Welcome back to another episode.
Yes.
This week's episode is another Tried It pick and mix. Really excited because these are really fun, and again, like, we come to these episodes and we don't actually know what each other's going to talk about. So
Despite people trying to tell us all the damn time.
Yeah, Jade, she can't follow the rules.
Yeah, I'm trying to know. Do you know what I mean? Like, what if we come with the same topic?
We
That's
won't.
never going to happen.
Then it will be. Then we get half an hour on it. Okay, fine. So I'm going to go first this week, and I wanted to ask, what things would you tell your younger self or go back and change?
This is beautiful.
Oh,
You are just so moist.
Ah,
Oh
come
my
up
God.
with the best ones. Okay.
Is yours
Right.
always going to be questions?
maybe not. I don't know. It's not yet.
See where they've tried it, pick and mix
We'll
takes
just
you, eh?
see. This week's pick though is a question. So,
Okay, cool.
what things would you tell your younger self first? Who wants to go
Oh,
first?
that is so tricky.
Okay. First of all, I would say school ain't shit. Now,
Yeah.
when I say that, I don't mean that it's not important for you to work hard. And I do think that academia and being in school can really up your work drive and your work ethic. And I do think you need to know how to apply yourself in terms of like written stuff for most jobs. But the amount of heartbreak I gave myself thinking that I'm not going to amount to anything because I didn't do well in my A-levels in my first year is just not worth it. Like, I got physically ill. Like, I was just hating my life. And to be that young and feel in that much pain is just not good. And I wasn't even a person that was destined for Cambridge. Do you know what I mean?
A-levels in school is different. A-levels.
But even like
and
GCSEs, do you know
school
what I
is
mean? Like, if you do
different.
well
Okay, yeah,
with
fair enough.
GCSEs.
Fair enough. But even school, like, okay, A-levels, fair enough. But even in school, like, I would take very, very personally if I wasn't good at something. And if my teacher was like, you need to work harder at that. And it doesn't help that I had parents, mum in particular, that was very much like, oh my God, what have I done to deserve this? How could you not be how could you not be in top set for maths? So that made it really hard for me. But one thing I would say is that if you aren't excelling at school, it doesn't mean that you aren't good at things. It just means that your talents are better placed elsewhere, and don't
And you
be
might
scared
not
of
be
that.
good at everything, but whatever you find that you are better at, apply yourself. So don't stress on the things that you're not so good at. Still work at them, because it's good to be able to be master of all trades, but apply yourself to the things that you do find that you're good at. So even if maths isn't your strong point, but you find that you're really good at geography, go hard at geography, because then, you'll find something that you like within the niche that you're in.
Aiming for.
I think I would say, like, it does get better because I feel like,
That's a good one.
because for me, a lot of it was like, I hated my school years so much. Like, it was a lot
same.
of pressure. And obviously, like, I think as well, I didn't like some teachers. Like, I didn't get on with some teachers. Like, they really would put me down sometimes. And I traveled to like different schools, so I found it a little bit hard to like fit in, or just, yeah, I just didn't feel like I belonged, and I felt like the odd one out, and I just felt like alone and like different.
Can you give
But-
examples of fit in? Like, what didn't fit in
So,
about you in
like-
different places?
Yeah, so the one that stands out the most is in my last school. I just felt like everyone was different to me. I felt like everyone was in like a bubble. I felt like everyone was really materialistic and like childish. And I just felt like, I don't know, that there was no one that I met that I was like, wow, like, I think you're really cool. Like, I feel like you're really interesting. Like, I really like you. I just felt like everyone I was talking to was very superficial, or like, I just didn't feel like I had my tribe. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people can feel when they're young, there's like maybe someone that's like quiet in the corner, there's always people that we see that don't fit in. And I think it's important that they know, or that I wish I knew, that like when you get older, you do find your tribe, you do find people that are like you. No matter what you're like, you can find people that are like you, and you, like, do you know what I mean? You can have friends. Even when you're younger, you might go through a phase of depression as well, where you don't want to talk to anyone. Do you know what I mean? You're hating it. But when you're older, there's definitely possibilities where you'll be happier. Do you know what I mean?
And I
That's
think
what I would say.
to sum that up, you could just say like your school years aren't your best years.
Yeah.
I was constantly
Yeah.
told these are the best
My
years of my life.
primary
Yeah,
years,
for
primary
sure.
school was.
Even that for me, I
no,
didn't really.
yeah.
I honestly think the best years of my life have been from 19 to now.
Yeah.
Really?
The
Even
best
though
years
there's
of my
been
life
some
in the
hard
last
stuff.
2 years.
Yeah. Even though there's been some hard stuff in that time, it's actually still been the best time of my life, because them times I just found school, compared to how good life is now, so shit.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
You give us one.
I think mine's similar to what Jade just said. Mine would be, I would tell myself that don't dwell on things too much, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow, or you never know what's going to happen next week. Like I've learned from hindsight that things can change in a matter of weeks. You might be so down on something and it's really getting, and you can't seem to see past it, but literally in like 2-3 weeks time, you're not even thinking about it. Like you look back and you think, why did I even waste time crying over that, or stressing over that, or thinking about that? And I've wasted a lot of time in my life doing that, like just dwelling on things and overthinking things, and just like only for 6 months later it to just be a distant.
You can't even remember how upset you were about it.
Can't even imagine being upset about something like that. So I would definitely go back and tell myself that. And another thing I would go back and do is be more vocal. So like, a lot of times I would like hold in my opinion, or if somebody like in school, again, like I didn't like, there was people, they would be rude to me or horrible to me, and I just wish that I would like, because that can't happen now.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, I can't imagine.
That can't happen now.
Single soul that would try and move to Kedeisha on that level. I'm even shook.
So,
and we're actually
like, now, even just walking here, some old lady just tried to push me in the road.
I had to hold her
so she could run for a bus, and I thought, I'm gonna get hit by the bus that you're trying to run for.
She did also have a walking stick, but I guess that's not even.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I like to come for old ladies. I like to help old people, but just out of principle, like even like if somebody is just rude to me, or even if I see somebody being rude to somebody else, like in my younger years, I might not have said anything. I might have just let it happen. Whereas now I feel obligated to step in and speak up for those that can't speak up for themselves, or too scared to speak up for themselves. You know what I mean? So that would be another thing I'd go back and tell myself.
Regarding men, I would tell my younger self, they again ain't shit, but they aren't worth you feeling bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I remember I was so heartbroken.
Oh my
because
God.
I had slept with someone, and this boy who we were like boyfriend and girlfriend for years, but I hadn't slept with him. And when me and him had broken up, I slept with someone else. He made me feel so bad, and literally for like a whole 6 months would just message me every day to call me a slag. And it was just horrible. And because of how he treated me, I believed that about myself. So I actually thought like, I am actually shit. Like I should be ashamed.
God.
And I would literally write in paragraphs all the time apologizing, being like, I'm so sorry. I know, but I needed to do that. And now we can be literally.
I ain't sorry.
Literally.
Sorry.
And now, oh my God, do you think a man could ever?
No.
Oh, wow. It's just so funny.
It's rude.
I was even saying to my boyfriend the other day, because we were driving somewhere and we were going through an area, and I was like, oh yeah, I was talking about the area, and I just went off on a tangent, and I was like, yeah, I even know a couple, and I was like, just pulled in, reeled it in, and he just looked at me, and he knew like I was like half joking as well. And then he was like, oh, imagine if I was going out with one of those girls and they literally slept with loads of people in every area we went to. They were like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, what is wrong with you to think like, and he's like, yeah, I know it's problematic that I think that. I was like, it's very problematic. You can't think that you're allowed to put whatever you can anywhere you want, and women can't do the same. Yes, they can. And then he was just like, and he just went quiet and looked down, and I was like, no, it's not cool. And he's like, all right, well, you know, if I slept with loads of people, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't like it, but that doesn't mean that someone else wouldn't mind. And like you, both of you need to be mutual about it. So it doesn't mean that blah, blah, blah. And then, and I was like, listen, if I got single, best believe you'd see me.
That's funny.
I'll be out here.
Okay.
I think it's so important because, like, you know, when you're younger, I guess you don't realise, but young boys are like hormonal and crazy. They haven't got it figured out. They don't know how to treat a girl. Do you know what I mean?
Me.
So I almost feel like I'm not going to say avoid them until they're older, but like just know, obviously they haven't got it figured out. They are
crazy,
young people.
if I was
irresponsible.
Yeah, if I was going to speak to somebody that was younger, that's not me, I would obviously say to them, don't focus on boys, focus on yourself, be the best for yourself.
Wasted words though, because they're going to do it.
It's literally wasted words, because do you know how many people told me that? Like every time I would cry over a boy, somebody
I thought that's what I needed to hear.
I did hear that all the time, and I did wait for a long time. But for me, I don't think age determines how ready you are. Because I was 19 when I first started.
No,
having
it's
sex
not
and
age.
stuff. But my mentality was young, so I was feeling it as if I was 14. I was like, what? So it doesn't necessarily. I don't think age can come into it.
It's not age, because I've only just come to these senses like last week. But if I could go back now and tell myself that exact same thing about, just because what I'm saying now is like, you literally need to focus on bettering yourself. Like, these are literally your prime years. And when you really think about it, when you're dating, it's supposed to be with intent. So when you date somebody, it's in the hopes that you get together, you settle down, you get married, blah, 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 or don't get married, whatever. Stay together forever, basically. And if you're not doing that, you're literally wasting the time that you could be, in that time that you're focusing on dating them and making sure they're happy and blah, 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 you could have got an extra grade, got an extra hobby, been making an extra job. You might have even had an opportunity that took you out of the country, but you stayed in the country. Just things like that like tend to hinder people's growth. I would just really say focus on yourself and just try and be the best you. And a man that's right for you will come when the time is right, which is not now.
If you are already in a situation where you have been open to boys and that doesn't sound like a feasible option for you, then please try and remember what I said, which is that they are not people to look to for, because that's what we do as women. I don't know why, but we look to them as like, okay, yeah, you're right, it's true. Yeah. I shouldn't be doing that. But I don't know why we do that, literally. True, because we think they have the answers or we're always trying to please them. Fuck that. Don't do that. Literally, be who you are, be what you want to be, and nothing is that permanent. You will feel shit 100%. It will literally in a few hours or however long it takes you, it won't feel as bad. And I remember hearing that from someone, and she was like a big sister figure to me, and it was so painful to hear at the time, because I thought, you've got no idea what I'm feeling right now. I was so heartbroken, and she was like, in a couple of weeks this will be gone. Couple weeks.
This is the advice that I find myself giving like my younger siblings now. Do you know what I mean? And it's crazy because people are telling me this, but the people that were telling me this, I can't even picture you being in this type of situation to even be understanding where I'm coming from. Whereas me, I know I've been through it, and it wasn't that long ago as to when my siblings are going through it. So when I'm telling them, trust me, I went through it 2 weeks ago, I know what I'm talking about. Whereas when like your mum tells you, I'm like, Mum, you've been married for forever. Like, what do you
don't even know what fancy means.
Broken. Like, So anyway, I've got 2 minutes left. Quickly, 2 things each. What would you go back and change if you could?
Gosh.
Quick.
I wish that I spoke up to my teachers more when they were telling me like some bullshit that I'll never like be smart enough and blah, blah, blah. I wish I could have actually stuck with my guns and been like, no, you're a dickhead, and you're a dickhead. Like, fuck you all. I wish that I'd done that. And I don't know, I wouldn't change anything else because I feel like it's made me who I am.
Okay, cool.
I wish I hadn't wasted emotional pain on people that weren't worth it, aka boys. And I wish that I, in regards to the schooling time, allowed myself to see things in a way that it wasn't just school. So I did have other talents elsewhere, like you said, but I didn't harness them because I didn't think they were important. I thought that school only was the only thing that's important. So it is what it is.
Mine would again be, I would go back and I would speak up in situations where I didn't, or readdress situations that I feel like I didn't address properly in the first place. And secondly, I would have let go of people that I knew wasn't bad for me, rather than dragging the relationships on for longer than necessary. Although I suppose in hindsight, everything happens for a reason, and there was a reason that I was around them for long. But I just feel like now I know to not hold on to relationships longer than needed.
And the trauma that you experienced to know that could have been avoided, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Who's next?
All right, I can go next.
Yes, you can.
All right. Okay, so my question
That was...
Go on.
That was cool.
All right, my question is, why do we think young people are having less sex?
Are they?
Yes. They are.
Where they at though?
Would you mean young people as in like the age for starting to have sex has got older?
No, like young 20-year-olds are us. People our age, and younger people that are having sex later. Like younger people are like losing their virginity at a later age.
That's good to hear.
People our age are having less sex. Even people that are married are having less sex.
Booked and busy?
Yeah. I think I'm actually happy that people are having sex later. That's very, very good, because one takeaway I will say, despite me being a hot mess when I did actually have sex, being that bit older was very good. So it's, even though like, I think the reason it's good is because when you're young, say like you're 15, 16 and you have sex, there's not really any, like, if you start fucking up, it's only going to be in school, and people, you can just fall through the cracks. Do you know what I mean? And there's not really that drive and get up to make you go and do stuff. But when you're a bit older, like I was 19 and I was in work, I was working in a very like needing a lot of my energy kind of job. So I couldn't just stop my life to be depressed and to be like heartbroken about this. I could cry in the nights, but in the day you got to get up, girl. You got to go make that money.
Money after Mick.
So exactly. So I think that was a big reason why it's really, really good. And I think that may be why people are having sex later, because they've got more things on the line. Like people are under more pressure to achieve
as well,
and do
because
well.
I feel like now parents know more and are like pressuring their kids more, because they don't want them to be like just fucking around. They want them to be like focusing more on their education and work. And plus young kids I feel like are living at home at an older age. I think like the average age leaving home is like in their late 20s. So now, do you know what I mean? It's awkward.
Yeah, you got Airbnb that.
I think another
pricey.
reason.
No, but do you know what I mean?
It is.
Expensive hobby.
It is. Yeah.
Expensive hobby, that's funny. I think another reason is because everybody's putting their business out there now. Do you know what I mean? Like before, you could like sleep with whoever you wanted and or not sleep. Maybe the numbers aren't lower. Maybe people were just lying.
Yeah, maybe.
Very true.
Yeah, so everyone puts their business out there now to a point where everybody's just like, oh no, I don't want to go over there. Oh no, I don't want to go over there. Whereas before, there was like nothing else to do. You'd be like, oh, she's nice. I wonder what she... And then, do you know what I mean? You'd have to spend... Like, we have less personal contact in general now. So we get to see what you're doing. I get to see what you're about, and I know that I don't want to go near you. Whereas before, I might see you around and want to hang around you, and then touching leads to this and then this. Do you know what I mean?
True. And everyone's a bit more visible. Like, it's actually a risk. Do you know what I mean? To be moving mad, because you could sleep with someone and then you could get hotted out on Instagram.
Yeah, that as well. That would
be a big worry for me.
And also, the world feels like it's getting smaller.
Oh, yeah, you're going to end up sleeping with someone's brother.
Yeah, so people are probably more selective with who they're sleeping with, because that person knows that person and you don't want that person to know that you've been with that person.
Really shocked me, because obviously today's society is so sexualized with the rise of young people addicted to porn and everything. But I do think that social media like Instagram has, I think, almost encourage discussion. Like if you go on all those pages and you look in the comments, there are more people discussing what they think. So a lot more boys are like talking. I think girls are a lot more aware now that there are a lot of fuckboys out there. Do you know what I mean? People that just want to sleep around. And you know, I think we're more aware of what some people can perceive of that. And like, obviously there's a wave of feminism where people are like, the fuck? You know? And like women are arguing back. I feel like it's just more discussion, and we're more aware, I think, of like what we're doing and how we want to be and everything like that.
Totally. And I also think that now we've got a more accepting society. So if you're gay or pansexual or all those other things we spoke about in the last episode, you don't actually have to have sex in a heterosexual way. And I can assume that those statistics of like people having sex later is heterosexual sex, but you don't know about like lesbian sex, gay sex. They are probably doing that, and that's not registered or thing. So people are probably doing that.
True.
Thank you. Before, even if you were not heterosexual, you still had to try it out, like heterosexually to be sure, to be accepted. But now you don't even have to do that. You can literally know, I don't like that, I'm not going to do that. And it's more acceptable. So I think that's definitely a big reason.
And as well, I thought...
That's a very good point,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Isn't it sad how I live for her approval? I'm actually like a dog. On the way here, she said something and I was like, it's just because the dynamic between you and her is I feel like I'm her son.
A compliment is rare.
I do, yeah. It is rare. So I'm just like, please give me more. You keep me on my toes.
Oh my God. Right. Yeah. And then as well, I thought about maybe that it could be body consciousness. Like now we're a lot more body conscious, maybe, because we're constantly comparing ourselves, that we're almost like, you know what I mean? Like too scared. And I think as well, I think I read something as well that said that because of the rise of young people watching porn, that that it is a possibility that women are less enjoying sex because men, or that's their education about sex from porn. And so, do you know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure and expectations, and maybe they're not doing it right or just being a bit mad. Do you know what I mean? Like they would have seen in porn, and women are just not enjoying it as much,
or
and
maybe
having it less.
Boys are struggling to get a boner.
No.
Maybe that is a thing
Thank
from watching
you.
too much
Thank
porn.
you.
Maybe self-pleasuring is on the rise.
Yes,
so therefore,
that's
because obviously
true.
everyone's busy doing their own thing. Like obviously if I masturbate or knock one out,
Yeah.
I don't need to...
Please don't say that again. Oh my God. That was at the time when I said,
do you know what's funny?
Oh God.
That's not in my vocab.
I know.
I
don't know
definitely
what's
seen
on
that
there.
online somewhere.
Definitely. That's the time I said bashing. I never say that.
Yeah, I'm begging it. Sorry, let's just forget I said that. Anyway.
I did see that masturbations rise by like 20% or something.
Yeah, so then why do you need to have sex if you've got one off already?
Yeah.
It's true. I think because especially for women, I think it's more spoken about nowadays.
Yeah.
Whereas like women wouldn't have done it in the past. Now I feel like it's definitely more common.
Question for both of you. Do you feel like the younger generation and women are going to be more, obviously a generalization, are more vocal about shit sex?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't. I think when I say we, I'm just speaking for women, not myself. But I think women
Are you not a woman?
still...
Are you not a woman?
Yeah, but I'm not speaking from personal experience.
Right.
I'm speaking just on women. I feel like a lot of women are still accepting of mediocre.
I think that women...
Be it for whatever reason. Maybe you really like him, you don't want to upset him or his ego, or maybe, I don't know, maybe... I think we pander to the man's ego a lot.
Yeah, but more like the same amount as we have done, or less so with the younger generation? Do you think the younger generation will
I think there
that
can
less?
only be more conversation from here.
Trust
So
me.
the more that we know, the more that we get educated on what is normal, what we should be expecting. Because I feel like we don't know. When I was
Trust
younger,
me.
I had no idea what the hell to expect.
I didn't expect it to be at all pleasurable for me.
No.
When I went into that situation, I honestly didn't even think like of what's actually going to happen. Like something's actually going to like go in. I just didn't even think it through. I just thought it was something that like, I don't know. I honestly didn't know. But yeah, I think that young people are going to like talk more. And I think then we're going to have more of an idea of obviously
I
like,
do
what's
think,
supposed to happen.
yeah, and I think that women in general are less concerned with a man's ego. I think women are just like, oh,
Yeah,
is that
now
a
we've
problem?
had
All
enough.
right, get over it, babe.
I don't think, do you think?
Yeah.
Not to the amount that needs to be,
Yeah.
but more
There's
so
more
than
talk
us,
of like,
definitely.
toxic masculinity
Yeah,
or whatever,
definitely.
masculinity issues.
Yeah,
'Cause even when
amongst
you speak to-
ourselves.
No, but
Yeah,
even
but
when you speak to
amongst
younger
society.
people, younger girls,
Yeah.
like I spoke to a 17-year-old the other day, and she was so about her shit, and she was like, what? No, I'm not interested in boys. Yeah, if I see a boy, if I like him, blah, blah. And even like that thing of like how, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I was very fearful of being like slut shamed and like, oh, if I sleep with him, or if I do stuff with him, then I can't go and do it with someone else and all of that shit. From a young age, it gets ingrained in you. But she was like, if I like him, I'll do a thing. And then if I like his friend, I'll do a thing as well. But not to say
Yeah.
that she's promiscuous, but just that she's not held
Sexually
back.
liberated.
Yeah, she's not held back by like, I can't do anything with ever. And if I do that with that one person, then that's it. That's my lot for the year.
That's not my point. That's not the point I was making.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, for example, if you was, because the topic's about why we're having less sex, right? So I'm saying if a man and a woman are having sex and the woman's not getting from it what the man's getting from it, I don't feel like at the end, like even during him, he says, do you like that? She's going to say yeah, even though she don't.
I think she might be a bit more like, move it a bit. Like she might be a bit more confident to direct and just give a bit more guidance.
There was like a survey that was done that said that women are more likely now to say no or to like speak up because there's the more like the feminist movement.
If they
women
did
aren't
a
taking as
survey
much
for
of
how many
that.
women still fake orgasms, I think
Yeah,
it
I
would
feel
be
like
high.
it's still high, but I feel like it's getting
Why
less.
is it high?
Just
because we still
again,
pander to the male ego.
so-
Definitely,
less so
but
than
less
before.
so. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a minimal amount. I'm not saying bare, but I'm just saying before it's probably 1 in every 15 women would stand up. I think now it's probably 1 in every 12 or 1 in every 10.
I agree.
We'll have to agree to disagree with that one then, Kedeisha.
So with dating apps, like I would have thought that meant that there'd be more people hooking up and stuff like that. But actually, there's not as big of a hookup culture as we think.
I think more people use dating apps
For friendship.
No.
That happens a lot, you know. I've had a lot of people tell me they've gone on dates, it hasn't worked well, but they're good friends from it. I'm putting my
Yeah,
feet
but that's
up.
not
No,
why
but
they
that's
go
not.
on
That
there.
wasn't their intention of going on there.
True. But that has come from it.
Yeah, but that wasn't the intention of going on there.
Okay, sorry.
Apparently people have become so like critical, like swiping, that actually the people, it's like one in, what was it? I don't know, but it was like 1 in 60, like you swipe and then 1 in 60 you're likely to get a match or something like that. And actually the statistics is kind of like, if you're more photogenic, then you're going to get a lot of likes. That's what everyone's swiping on. But then the people that maybe aren't as photogenic, like it's a lot harder to get swiped on and to find a connection with someone. Like it's actually not as...
My brief stint on Tinder was very abysmal. Like I was swipe. Nah, swipe. Oh yeah, double tap or whatever you do, swipe, whatever. And then swipe. Like it was just like, it was hot. Like literally, you could be swiping like for like half an hour and only find two people. It's meant to be like
addictive.
That's like being on road.
What do you mean?
Oh, all right.
Depends where you are.
Okay. It's a different topic for a different day. Yeah, and I just think as well, like dating apps, again, they play into our inability to create organic conversation and have personal experiences with people. It's still very much via a screen.
Yeah, and that was mine. I think it's really interesting. I'm excited to see how the trend is going to go.
I'm hoping in the good way. And I'm happy that people are having sex later. Very good news.
I just hope that whatever people are doing whatever they want and like being more sure of what they want and what to expect, and just if that means that they want to have less sex, have less sex. If they want to have more sex, then that's fine. Do you know what I mean? Just as long as people are more not pressured as much into doing whatever happens, it's really what they want to do.
Yeah.
I would like to speak about a agency that is used by adverts called Good Loop. Now, this agency, I was told about by a friend on the weekend. So say there's like a TV advert, for example, on Pepsi. Pepsi will go to this ad agency and they'll say, can you make it an online one for us? Which will pop up on like the Guardian website or whatever website it goes to. So the reason this agency came to life was because they thought it was really, really wrong how we're inundated with ads on everything we go on now. YouTube, everywhere, there's ads everywhere. And a lot of the time those ads take a lot of our data. So we don't owe them. So if you actually like do the surveys or do whatever, you always have to give your email address. You've always got to give some of your shit, and then they obviously have your details. Wrong. So they created this agency called The Good Loop. What really stuck out about it is every ad that they put online, when you've watched 30 seconds of it or half of it, you are then entered. So a percentage of whatever, some kind of money goes from there to a charity of your choice. You choose which charity. So it's completely 50-50. So whatever the ad agencies gives them, so say the ad agency gives them 10 grand, 5 grand will go to the charity. So how they divvy that up, I'm not sure, but it's like advert by advert or whatever. And then it's really good for that person using the agency because they can see what their target market cares about, because you can choose what kind of charity it goes to. So a recent one they did was for veganuary and like WWF charity about like saving the planet and stuff like that. And the 3 charities they could choose were, for example, the Amazon rainforest cause, food for other people, and save the animals, for example. And for example, a lot more people chose the Amazon rainforest. They could do a whole campaign around that and then gain a lot more support. So it's just win-win for everyone. And right now the company is completely, well, from tomorrow it's going to be profitable, but from now it's non-profit, and they're choosing to lose money to make sure that everyone's getting paid and that all the charities are getting paid as well. And I just thought, okay, obviously they're brilliant for doing this, but the fact that it could spark an initiative that everyone now does is what I'm really here for. Imagine all the ads that we have to consume, and we have to consume at least 10 seconds of it, for example, on YouTube.
Yeah, because we have to watch it anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we could then choose to watch it for 5 more seconds and get to donate to charity, it's brilliant. We're going to want to do that because we want to do our bit. They're going to get more information about us, but not as invasive. And the ad agency's getting paid too. So I just think, why is no one else doing that?
Yeah.
They haven't thought about it.
Well, this is your hookup. But what do you guys think about that?
I would do it. I think that's good. I would watch more of the thing.
Do you know, sometimes I can be a serial skipper when it comes to adverts, but that's only because I watch a lot of online things and a lot of the adverts are the bloody same. And once I've seen it once, I don't need to see it 3 times more in the hour. But sometimes, depending on if it is a really good advert, like I will watch it to the end. An advert came on the other day.
This is going to be my next question, by the way. So you've done really well onto adding onto it. It was going to be, what's your favourite adverts?
Okay. My favourite advert is the Muller Rice one with the 3 bears and they're rapping.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Is that on TV?
It's old now, but it's like my favourite advert. We're going to post it on the Instagram.
Okay,
I've got a video of it, but they're like rapping about all the good grains that's in this rice pudding. And he's like, it's got wheat in it. I really love it. That's my favourite advert.
Do you listen to the radio?
No, not really.
Okay, because I listen to radio a lot.
Oh, is yours
I'm
the
familiar
one?
with jingles though.
Oh, okay, it's not a jingle.
Is yours going to be the one that you said in the car the other day? We were like,
no, that wasn't audio. That was a watch one. That was about drink driving. We'll post the video again if you missed it. It was brilliant. Anyway, no, my favourite one is I'll Do It. He's like, hiya, Oscar's ill today, so I've brought Max. And they're like, okay, that's fine. No, she goes, Oscar's ill today. And they're like, oh, okay, thanks for letting us know. So I brought Max. He likes 4 walks a day. He likes this, he likes that, da, 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 da. So obviously the son's ill for daycare, but she's brought the dog. And then at the end it goes, getting your money's worth. Da, 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 da. I think it's from McDonald's. Is it McDonald's?
I think so, yeah. It's like Savers menu or some
so
shit.
clever. Like they give so many examples. So they give another example of someone like, I don't know, she's forgot her something, but she's still going to go anyway. Do you know what I mean? Such good shit. And I can relate because I'm the stingiest bitch on road. And I just love it. I just love it. That's my favourite audio one. I also like...
Where do you watch all these adverts? Where do you hear them all? I guess if you watch TV.
Because I listen to Capital Extra a lot when I train and when I cycle. And on TV, I like the one where they're like, it's a bit of a difficult one. And they show someone else and they go, yeah, we never really talk about it actually. And then they show someone else and they're looking really awkward. And then the guy speaks over and he goes, it is difficult. The M word always causes problems. And they're talking
Lloyd's
about
Bank.
Money.
But I've seen the billboard. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I was really impressed by that as well. M word always got me from that. So I really like that.
I think my favourite... I feel like mine's not as funny. I don't remember any
You don't
funny
always
ones.
have to be funny, Jade.
Why are you two always having the funny ones? Anyways. Right. I always have a serious one. I sound like such a depressing person.
That's okay.
I swear, guys, I laugh a lot.
Embrace it.
We need some balance.
Well, oh God. Okay.
Is it about funeral care plans or
No!
something?
They're not bad. Co-op's one isn't bad.
No, I really liked Iceland's advert about the rainforest, about palm oil.
Oh, I saw that. I did like that.
I loved that.
Was that a cartoony
With
one?
the rainforest.
Oh,
yeah. That one was good, yeah.
Oh, I could have cried.
Oh, God. What I really like as well is the meerkats.
The
they're so annoying. It's like every 5 minutes driving me nuts.
I love it. And then on audio, like on radio, they're like, Sergey, do you listen to anything? Sergey's the other one.
I know, Maya.
Because he's me. That's right. In this situation, he's me. He's always getting dissed, bless him. He is.
It's true.
Because the one when they go out to eat and they're like, Sergey, we always eat this. And he's like, I made it last night. And he's just getting, I love him.
I can't think of any
me too.
any more adverts now.
I don't really see adverts on TV.
There is a few that I do like, but that Muller Corner one's my absolute fave.
Do you remember that Cadbury's advert with the eyebrows? That was legendary.
Oh, yeah.
The Cadbury's adverts were mad.
The Cadbury's adverts with the bear.
Yeah, no, the gorilla with the drums.
Okay, yeah, it was a monkey.
Yeah, that was mad.
It's a gorilla.
Yeah.
Okay. A gorilla. And he was doing the...
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord.
Oh my God.
And the other day, I was leaving the house and I got the Insta filter on.
Yeah.
One with the lips when it goes big. And I go, give me your...
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good one. Me mama when they morning come. And I sent it to my boyfriend. And then he always has to try and outdo me. So then he did it back. But his was a lot better because he'd obviously practiced. And then he showed it again to me when I saw him
What
later.
was that thing that he voice noted me the other day? that he did, and then you sent it to me.
Oh, that was racist. Not he wasn't being racist.
Oh yeah,
he wasn't being racist. It was that girl online.
It was a girl online, and he was imitating her.
Yeah,
but you both did it.
We did.
He did try to outdo you.
Yeah,
and she sent me them both.
God. Who's is better?
Always does.
Like the judge.
He spends time.
Yeah, his was
practicing.
better.
He spends time practicing. I'm a person where I can do it off the cut. I'll see you and I'll bang it out.
Yeah.
He likes to outdo a lot.
I'm still really trying to think about adverts.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
you don't
me
have
too.
them. You don't
In
have
the back
them.
of my mind, I'm
I don't actually watch a lot of adverts anymore because I don't watch TV.
Yeah, same.
What
But I
used
do
to be
watch a lot of YouTube, and adverts come in.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
Yeah,
thought was
skip
dead?
them.
The Love Island ones that used to come on before of Deliveroo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
That
found
was
them
so-
hilarious.
Oh,
when he would
do you know
knock
what?
on the
Do you know what
door,
advert I do
And
like?
he just screamed. He'd be like, he just did some mad scream. I'm
No,
like,
he wouldn't.
No,
She'd be
the
like,
Just
"Thanks,
Eat
babe."
ones. I like the
No.
Just Eat ones when the woman's like, "Did somebody say just eat?"
Oh yeah. They got some mad harmonies going on. I'm just like, I'm singing along.
Yeah, I really loved that one
Oh, I didn't like them.
because the background doesn't match the voices that's coming out.
Yeah, I understand the premise, but I still
Oh,
don't like
did
them.
you? And you didn't get it?
No, I understood it. I didn't find it funny.
Why?
I don't know, Kedeisha. I like adverts with stories.
No, you
That's why I like the advert when I did all the voices in the car the other day.
So I've got to do with Sergey.
because they are a family and they're animals that can talk. Oh my god.
Do you remember those little adverts with the little hedgehogs crossing the road and it was like King of the Road?
Yeah, it's stop, think, and look.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved them.
Oh, they were cute.
They were.
I
cute.
never see hedgehogs.
I saw one once.
Oh my god! One time I was at my mum's house, and we opened the front door, and there was literally it's almost like it rang the bell. Like we just stood there waiting for somebody to open the door. And when we opened the door, Papa tried to walk in. It was. And
What
then
did you do?
shut the door quick, and
my
like mum and yeah. Anytime like I open the door, my mum and I'm at my mum's house, she'll be like, "Careful of the hedgehog."
That's funny.
It happened like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
But anytime I open the door, she's like, "Careful of the hedgehog."
Oh,
that's
that's
so
hilarious. That's almost like getting a mat with a hedgehog on. Do you know what I mean? That's that
yeah.
level of like mentioning it a lot. It happened once.
Oh
getting a
yeah.
hedgehog on.
No,
What other adverts now?
what do you mean?
What other adverts? How I think of adverts is I think of adverts that come on before things.
Oh.
So like Quality Street used to be for Coronation Street, but now it's Sergey.
Oh yeah.
EastEnders has never had one. BBC are good for adverts. They don't fuck with adverts.
That's why we pay TV license.
Yeah.
Needs to
Then
not
what
have
about
adverts.
ITV? We pay for TV license for that.
We don't. We pay TV license purely for BBC.
Are you joking?
Nope.
For that shit?
Yeah.
The only thing I watch on BBC is Bloody Apprentice, and I can watch that for free on iPlayer.
You can't. You need TV license for iPlayer.
Yeah, I just click, I pay it. I know I do anyway, but I still would click that and they wouldn't check.
The funny IP address. I'm joking.
No, at uni actually, obviously none of us had a TV license at uni, and we would watch stuff on our laptop, and they would send us like
Letters.
a thing. They would send like an email. Or no, yeah, they sent us letters, but they never did nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can't. They have, I hope, more important things to do than chase up every single person in the country who doesn't pay TV license.
Yeah.
It's
All
a
the
stupid
students,
cost. It's
'cause
a
no one's
void
paying
cost.
that.
It's like sending letters. I hate when this should have been my 15 minutes. I hate when people send letters. Any people that still send letters is a joke thing. The only time you should be sending me letters is if it's an official document or a certificate. Then you
Or
can
a check.
send that. Yes, because I need that in hard copy. Anything else, email me.
Yeah.
And hopefully it ends up in my junk.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I think it's a colossal waste of paper.
It's true.
It is. Yeah.
And it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on little bloody flyers about pizza delivery.
But then I don't
Oh,
get
I
any
know.
letters, and everyone else in my house does, and I just feel like
Oh, you can have mine.
Oh, I
just
hate getting
looking
letters.
at the letters today.
Anytime I
none
get
for me.
letters, I know it's going to be peak. It means
I hope
owe
it when I
money.
open my letterbox and it's like, "Do you want your windows cleaning?" And I'm like,
Because I have all of my statements like just on email now, so
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
it's not really a need for it anymore.
One last thing I want to say as well. Don't you feel slighted when you watch trailers of things? And do you ever think, like with certain films, I think, I'm not going to bother watching this because the
They
trailer
give
was good.
it away. They tell you the whole fucking film, every
Not
little
that,
detail.
But I know all the good bits of that film are in that trailer.
yeah,
that's how I
Now I
feel
know how it's
about
gonna end.
Midsummer when I went to watch that.
Oh, I just...
In the trailer, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this looks so good!" Like I don't
Nice
even
to
normally
see.
like thrillery
This
kind of
was-
scary
that was
movies
such
like
a
that.
shit film.
And I went and like I was literally on the edge of my seat waiting for the good parts.
Trust me.
And then like it was the end, and I was like, "Hold on a minute, wait, what?"
I came out of that film and I said, that's 2 hours I'll never get back.
Yeah, literally. I was
that's
really
what I
upset
feel about
that.
loads of horror films. Though they're all just a bit trash. I feel like they're slacking.
But it wasn't a horror. It was like, I don't even know what it was. It's like one of them psychological somethings.
Have you watched Power yet?
No.
Okay. Right. Well, then I'm going to save it. But trust me,
You ain't got time about I'm going to save it.
No, not for now. But I'm saying like, oh yeah, true, fair enough. But I can at least talk about it with you after, but I can't even do that. But one of these weeks, I'm going to talk about Power. So everyone who watches, listens, you two included, need to be up to date because there's going to be spoilers galore.
I've never watched any and I don't know how many hours.
Well, then I'm afraid you're just going to have to sit and watch. But it's going to be spoilers galore.
Yeah, I'll watch it by the next time.
Thank you.
I think.
Have you started Top Boy?
No.
Okay.
And do you know what? I've never seen any Top Boy. What's this season? 3?
I've not seen any.
What season just come? I was on the train just coming here, and there was this like white man in a suit, and I looked down at his phone. He's watching Top Boy.
Yeah.
And I like did a double take. I was like,
yeah,
okay.
He's doing it for the culture.
Feels so lame.
I know.
My shout out this week is Krypton Conan's new BBC 3 show, The Rap Game.
Have you watched it?
Yeah.
And?
I really enjoy it. Like I really, really enjoy it.
Someone said she found it very addictive. One of my friends was like, I found it addictive.
And I'm really upset that it only is getting released weekly. Like I wish it was just released and I could just watch it back to back because I'm actually like, what's going to happen next week?
Really?
Yeah. And I didn't realise I was going to be so invested in it.
Isn't it cheesy?
It isn't cheesy. I feel like the concept of the show is perfect. The challenges that they do are perfect. The people that they're getting involved are perfect. I think Krypton Conan to do the show are perfect.
Oh my.
I just think that they could have got better contestants.
You just said the people that are getting on the show are perfect.
As in like the artists to come and help with these people. Like they've had guests, they've had Lady Kedeisha, they've had like, do you know what I mean? They're getting proper people to come in and help and support, and they've got Target who obviously knows his stuff. But I just feel like the contestants could have, like the girl that got sent home last week, I don't feel like she should have even been there from the beginning.
Okay.
She failed every single challenge, and there was about 8 of them.
How did she get kept in then?
They kept saying, next week you gotta work harder, next week, and then it got to a point when they were like,
You're not gonna work.
Like the first challenge that they had, everyone else's work, she took a nap. She's like, I thought I had it in the bag, so
but
I
sometimes
just
that's
took a
why they
nap.
have them on there, because they want someone that's gonna like be funny. You know what I mean? Someone that's gonna like not even do it.
And then like every time they were supposed to go away and write their bars, she tried to freestyle, and Conan was like, well, "You think that when you're freestyling you're sick? It's not sick."
Oh God!
It's so funny. It's so funny because Conan just doesn't give a shit. Like Krypton's like trying to be like, you could work harder. We're trying to help you, and Conan's just like,
yeah, shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it.
No, it is really good.
To me for real.
It's an hour episode each.
It?
It's on BBC 3, so it's available online.
Why can't you watch it back to back on iPlayer?
Because it comes out once a week.
So you've been watching it every week on time?
Yeah.
Boy.
Not on purpose. Like I'll go on there to look for EastEnders and I'll be like, the Rap Game's out. Okay, play.
Oh,
yeah, literally.
God.
But if I didn't log on for EastEnders, I would have let it build up. But I need to see it now. But it's really good.
Do you watch Peaky?
Nah.
Oh my God, I love it. That is such good TV.
Really?
Go on. Shall I go next?
No, my one is I feel like I've been so late to the game, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Breaking Bad. It's so good.
You are beyond late to the game.
I know, but I'm like,
oh my God.
There you go. I've found one person. You need to watch this shit.
It's on my bucket list.
So good.
My boyfriend just started watching it.
Like, I didn't think, like, everyone was saying it, and I was kind of just whatever. But this is one, honestly and truly.
Seasons?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, trust me.
I still need to start watching How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh, you need to get on that.
You need to get on that.
Who do you thank
real
for that,
quick?
Jade?
Huh?
Who do you thank for that?
Yeah, Maya. And she fucking met the guy, one of the leading characters on the way back from the pod.
Yeah. On the way back from the pod?
Well, sort of.
Oh. I thought it was.
Same day
Semantics.
as the pod. Same day of the pod. Same day of the pod.
Okay.
But yeah, so watch that if you haven't, because it really is worth the hype.
Where are you watching it?
Netflix.
Okay.
It's on Netty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch How to Get Away with Murder first. I'm not going to lie.
Breaking Bad is brilliant.
Breaking Bad is on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Because
and that's not going anywhere.
I don't know when in my life I'm going to get around to it, but I plan to.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, I have actually decided to do another series since that's what we're going with this week. I'm going to shout out Singletown.
What's that about?
I'm
on
embarrassed that
ITV?
I'm watching it. Yes, I'm very embarrassed, but I'm also so excited to get home so I can watch it again.
Really?
What happened?
I walked in and my mum was there and she was watching this, and then I was like, "Hi," she's like, shh, shh, shh. And I was like, "Oh my god, violent reaction for
Wasn't this
Single
just
Town."
like last
It was
week?
the other day, and
Oh,
I've since
this
watched
week.
every episode.
Oh my
Yeah, exactly, and we're watching it together. And I'll text her from upstairs. I've just got in. I'm like, "Want to watch it?" She's like, "Coming," and we watch it together. We feel really naughty.
Me,
Aw.
because
it's
my
trash
mum used to
TV.
do that with The Hills. Do you remember The Hills?
Oh, I do remember that, but that was before my time a bit.
Oh, well.
No, not because of the age, but because we never had anything extra than 1 to 5.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
So I couldn't watch it on them
Oh,
things.
okay.
Yeah, so Singletown, the concept is, am I hurting your leg?
No, it's fine.
The concept is they get these couples that are on the brink of breaking up because of trust issues or not falling out of love.
Is it
or
real though? Or is it
not
like
trying
fake?
to laugh?
setup?
No, real. And that, as in they do love each other, they're couples and whatever, but they're having problems. They're so they mix up boys and girls, but like one half of the couple goes there, one half of the couple goes there, and then they watch each other do shit. So they set them up on dates with other girls, and the idea is you've got to be fully in it. So
On
like
dates together or with other
with
people?
other people.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
because
but they're broken
saying
up?
that they're broken up for now, but they don't know if they're going to stay broken up. So it's like,
They're looking at the market,
So-
seeing what's out there,
Oh.
to
thank
see
you.
if they still
Thank
want to
you.
be with them.
Thank you.
But is it
So-
with each other's exes? And
No.
no. Oh, okay.
It's just with like new people.
Oh, okay.
So then it's the idea is, are they going to stay together or stray together?
Oh.
And
Well,
then you
that
watch
is
it,
quite
and then you start
good.
getting emotional because you actually start invested in
Is it
the
better than
character.
Love Island?
That's just- my mum said it is, and she is one for trash TV. So the fact that she doesn't like Love Island is beyond me. But yeah, it is because you get to see the nuances of people and little things. So like this guy, he's with a beautiful girl, and she's a bit younger. She's 18, and he's 26.
Whoa.
I know they've been together 3 years, so since she was 15, basically. So she was clearly,
And they got this on TV?
yeah, and she's even on the show. She's gone and done
Wait
her
a
A-level
minute.
exams. and that.
23 and 15.
Wait, yeah. How
Yeah.
can they put that on TV? What?
I don't know.
That's-
Maybe they weren't having sex for a year. I don't know. Anyway,
Maybe
this is
that's
happening.
age right.
Grooming. That's
okay,
like
we're
some
moving
shit.
past the
Alright.
point. So
I'm going to write a letter.
he comes across as very like, he cries all the time, and he's like, "Why are you leaving me so? Why are you being blah blah blah?" And she's broken up with him, and she's like, "I don't really like you," because one of the guys,
I don't like
really
you.
like
one
you,
of the
you know?
well, she's not with him anymore because one of the guys that she's been dating, Mason, she really likes him. And she can see more of a future with him. And like, yeah, literally from this, she's like, I came here thinking I wouldn't do it, but now after being here, I actually want to break up with George. So then she goes and tells George, I'm not happy to be with you. And then he starts crying.
Oh,
And
no.
he's like, oh,
You see that picture of the
no.
guy and he's like crying. He's like, just feel like pure shit, want her back. It's like a Snapchat picture. And
Oh, I've
this
seen it.
guy, and his face is like, this is the camera and this is his face. And he's like, just feel like pure shit, I want her back. Like it's a picture, but
Okay.
he's written the caption,
Right.
just feel like pure shit, want her back.
That's what
And
he's
it's
like.
circulated.
This is what George is like.
That's hilarious.
And he's like, but then you notice he does little things, and you're like, hang on, that's actually fucking controlling. So he'll do stuff, and then but you can see how she could have interpreted that for years, being young, as like that he loves her, but he does stuff like, you're never gonna get better than me. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna realise that I was the best thing that ever happened to you. And then you hear the music and the music's sad, so you almost fall
Yeah,
into being
you're
like,
oh,
actually, then you're like,
yeah,
wait
that's
a
not-
minute. And then he finds out that her guy, who's new to her, actually kissed someone else whilst they were dating. So he's gonna tell her that now.
Oh.
I know, and that's one of them. And then they got another one who's like been kissing everyone on every date, and then the ex or the current girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, watches that. She's like, I just don't understand. You always fucking disrespect me. Blah, blah, blah. And they meet up every week, and they open a box. And if they open the heart and they both show the heart, that means they want to stay together and leave now. But if one opens the heart and one opens the box of nothing, and they show that up, then that means they both go back for another week.
Oh.
Yeah. So then last week there was a guy who he was like ready to go home with this girl. He's learned all his lessons. He's ready now. He's sorry. He was going to make more effort. Blah blah blah. She opened it up to still be in there. I know.
Wait, so where do they live? Oh, I'm going to watch it.
Please, yeah.
How
Yeah,
far in
that's
is
ITV
it?
Hub, and you can watch them all.
How far in is it though?
I'm on like it's probably like 12 episodes,
Okay.
all 45 minutes, but they spend fucking long on the montages.
Oh,
You know when they're showing all different shit and they've got the music and they've got the voiceover, so I just forward all of that.
I'm gonna watch your one, your suggestion, Kedeisha. If I have time,
I'm gonna watch that as well.
Too much.
Yeah.
Because I don't have net anymore.
While we're on TV shows, do you guys remember Sun, Sex and Suspicious Parents?
Yes, that was
such a good show.
I would love to do that.
What?
With your child?
No.
You want to be the child?
No.
Hey, what?
They have one for girlfriends as well.
Oh God. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, thank you for
No,
listening.
wait. Do you remember Banged Up Abroad, anyone?
Yes. I
show,
fucking love that shit.
That made me scared of going on holiday.
What's your
You're not
guilty
criminal.
pleasure TV show?
Singletown.
Okay. And what's yours?
Kardashians.
Oh.
I love that shit.
Mine's Border Control. And
Can't pay, I'll take it away.
I love that shit.
What about Homes Under the Hammer?
No.
I used to watch Judge Judy
Can't Pay,
all the
Take
time.
It Away is honestly, I love it.
I can't.
I've seen
I
every single
actually have
episode.
seen that shit,
I've
but
seen
it
them all.
stresses me out.
I
It
can't
really
watch that.
stresses me. I get too
Like I used
invested
to
in people's
set
lives.
reminders.
Oh my
Like-
God, that's so sad. I can't watch that.
Really?
Yeah, not because I care, but it's just boring.
It's not.
It makes me
but
feel
it's
like
not.
someone's about to come into my house and take my stuff.
I
Pay your stuff
discriminate. I discriminate about what channel things are on.
Oh, okay.
Really?
It's
What
not
channels
really
do you
on a
watch
bait
then?
channel.
Channel 5.
No.
Oh, I see.
You just suspected Channel 5.
Yeah. Channel 5 used to be
Home
the
of Neighbours.
Exactly. Channel 5
Yeah,
used to
you
be the
kind
home
of
of
proved a
Neighbours.
point there.
And it
Home
used to
and
be
Away.
the home of Countdown.
Yeah.
Oh,
Banging
Embarrassing.
show.
yeah,
Both
no, Countdown
embarrassing.
is good.
No, but
If it's on iPlayer, I'll fuck with it. Channel 4, I'm not even sure on. Channel 4, I've lost a lot of respect for.
yeah,
There's a lot of
Channel 4
documentaries
sold
on
out
Channel 4,
ages
no?
ago.
Yeah, but I don't really fuck with them because they're better
Yeah,
on
Channel
Netty.
4 used to be like
The
spot.
go-to, trust me.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
then
everyone
they've
cool
changed
went.
it now. And now it's ITV2.
Yeah.
Not even ITV, ITV2.
Trust me.
Yeah,
if
that's-
it's on ITV2, I'll fuck with it.
Yeah.
If it's on BBC One, I will.
Yeah.
And if it's on E4, I will.
Yeah, E4. I know that one.
Who else will I go with? They're about it for me.
Do you know what I used to watch? You know them shows where it's about like there's a ghost in their house or like some type of poltergeist shit,
Yeah.
and they tell their story. Oh, and it used to scare the
I
shit out of
can't
me.
watch that.
And I
don't
was
watch
so
stuff
invested.
like
It was
that.
so realistic.
I
Like,
can't watch that at
What was
all.
it, fake?
well, you know these
Yes.
things where they say it's real,
Of
but you know I
course.
don't. They're probably chatting the most.
She's like, wow. Yes, it was fake, Jade. I'm sorry.
I know, but like,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
no.
They're obviously saying that it's real, like it's a real
Okay.
person telling their story, but you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
So you don't believe in that, but you believe in aliens.
I don't know what I believe, if I do or
Oh
don't
my
believe
god!
in that.
This isn't a shout out because I haven't tried it myself yet. But if I do by next week, it will be the shout out. My friend told me about a podcast today called The Unexplained,
Okay.
and they've got bare stories on there about aliens, ghosts, and all them things. So that is one for you and for you. But I haven't watched it yet. I haven't listened yet, so I don't know.
Cool. Okay.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap this baby up.
Yeah, let's. Thank you guys for listening. Keep subscribing. Follow us on YouTube if you're listening on audio. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. We love you. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, tell a friend. Follow us on the Instagram as well. Get involved. Use the hashtag tried it pick and mix. Let us know which pick was your favorite this week.
Yeah.
Let us know how you'd
any
mix it up.
others,
Yeah. Give us suggestions, but if it's for the pick and mix, in DMS like individually so that we can speak on it.
Yeah, because you might want a specific person to speak about a specific thing.
And if you have a main topic you want us to speak on, drop us an email or DM us and we will think about discussing it.
And email us. Just email us in general.
Just get in
Just
touch.
hey.
Just email, hi, how are you?
Just give us a shout, for God's sake.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And we will be back next week.
And if you're watching on YouTube, I really, really hope that you're enjoying the improved sound quality.
Yeah.
That's all my doing.
All right, well,
let's
thank you
wrap
for
this
watching.
up.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good week. Bye.
Bye.